A king has been deceived, a rival has been marked for death, and a love triangle has just become a weapon. The final pieces are in place for a storm of betrayal that will shake the very foundations of Israel. Saul now believes he knows the identity of his rival, but Audriel's lie is a poisoned dart in the heart of the kingdom. Saul, acting in blind, paranoid fury, has ordered the murder of an innocent man and his entire family on false pretenses. This is not the act of a righteous king. It is the bloody tantrum of a tyrant. The consequences of this single horrific order will be immediate and devastating. News of the massacre will not stay silent. The prophet Samuel, who anointed Saul and now mourns his fall, will hear of this atrocity. He will see it for what it is, a final, unforgivable transgression. Samuel will journey to Gibeah, not in secret, but in the full, terrifying power of his office. He will confront Saul, publicly, in his court before his commanders and his terrified servants. The prophecy he delivers will be absolute. He will declare that God has torn the kingdom from Saul, not just in promise, but in present reality. The Lord has this day torn the kingdom of Israel from you, he will thunder, and has given it to a neighbor of yours who is better than you. This is no longer a hidden anointing in a private field. This is a public denunciation that strips Saul of all divine legitimacy. From this moment, every tribe, every elder, every soldier will look at Saul and see a king living on borrowed time, his reign a ghost that hasn't yet realized it's dead. Aldriel now holds all the cards, and he will begin to play his hand with chilling precision. His protection of David comes with an unspoken price tag, and he will now come to collect. He will seek out David not as a fugitive, but as a kingmaker visiting his future investment. He will reveal the full extent of his machinations, how he manipulated Saul, how he redirected his rage onto an innocent house, and how he, Aldriel, now holds the secret of David's destiny. He will not ask for favor, he will demand a position. He will weave a narrative of his own indispensability, positioning himself as the cunning architect David will need to navigate the treacherous politics of the court he is destined to rule. But this gift of information is a crown of thorns for David. He now knows that innocent blood was spilled in his name. The weight of those lives, the man, his wife, the crying infant slain by a reluctant Eliab, will crush upon his soul. This guilt will define his next move. He cannot celebrate his survival. He must mourn the cost. Furthermore, he now understands that Aldriel is not an ally, but a predator. David is caught between a king who wants him dead and a priest who wants to own him. His path to the throne is now paved with the graves of the innocent and the schemes of the wicked.
Michal's noble sacrifice has not brought peace. It has lit the fuse on a powder keg of resentment. Miab, now officially betrothed to David, sees her victory as hollow. She knows David's heart belongs to her sister, and Michal's grand gesture of stepping aside only makes Miab feel like a pitiable consolation prize. Her attempts to win David over will turn desperate and calculated. She will use every tool at her disposal, reminders of her influence with her father, the political necessity of their union, and public displays of possession designed to provoke Michal. Michal, meanwhile, will be eaten alive by her regret. Watching Miab and David together, even as a political performance, will be a special kind of torture. Her love will curdle into a bitter, sharp jealousy. She will begin to see Miab not as a sister, but as a rival who has stolen her future. She may even start to believe that David accepted the arrangement too easily. The quiet tension between them will erupt into a vicious, private war. Miab, in a fit of rage or strategic cruelty, will likely throw the truth of the massacre in David's face, revealing how her father's madness is a direct result of his existence, shattering any illusion of a peaceful resolution within the royal household. Eliab is a broken man. The atrocity Saul forced him to commit, the murder of a child, has shattered his loyalty and his spirit. He is now a ghost haunting Saul's court, a living reminder of the king's sin. He will seek out David not as a brother, but as a penitent. He will fall to his knees, confess everything, and beg for forgiveness. His defection is a catastrophic blow to Saul. It is not just the loss of a soldier, it is the loss of the kingdom's moral center. Eliab's arrival in David's camp, along with any men who share his disgust, will provide David with his first true, seasoned military commander. This transforms David's band of outcasts into a credible rebel army. Simultaneously, Jonathan will learn the truth. Whether from Samuel's proclamation, from a guilt-ridden Eliab, or from his own investigation, he will discover his father's monstrous act and the true target of his rage. His final, fragile bond of loyalty to Saul will snap. His next meeting with David will be the most painful yet. He will not just renew his covenant, he will effectively surrender his own claim to the throne, pledging his life and his resources to see David crowned, setting the stage for a tragic, inevitable confrontation with his own father.
Saul is now trapped in a cage of his own making. Samuel has denounced him. His most loyal soldier has deserted him. His daughters are at war, and his son and heir has sworn allegiance to his enemy. His paranoia will reach a fever pitch, transforming into a frantic, desperate rage. He will no longer trust anyone. He will see conspirators in every shadow. His orders will become more erratic, more violent. He may even turn on Audreel, sensing the betrayal but unable to prove it. Meanwhile, David, burdened by guilt but strengthened by new allies in the public prophecy, Saul is now trapped in a cage of his own making. Samuel has denounced him. His most loyal soldier has deserted him. His daughters are at war, and his son and heir has sworn allegiance to his enemy. His paranoia will reach a fever pitch, transforming into a frantic, desperate rage. He will no longer trust anyone. He will see conspirators in every shadow. His orders will become more erratic, more violent. He may even turn on Audriel, sensing the betrayal but unable to prove it. Meanwhile, David, burdened by guilt but strengthened by new allies and a public prophecy, can no longer merely hide. He must act. The Philistine threat, embodied by Achish and his advanced weapons, will present the perfect opportunity. A major Philistine incursion will threaten Judah. Saul, isolated and unstable, may hesitate to respond effectively. This will be David's moment. He will have to emerge from the wilderness, not as a fugitive, but as a leader. He will march to face the Philistines, not under Saul's banner, but under his own. The people of Israel, terrified of Saul's madness and desperate for a deliverer, will see David not as an outlaw, but as their only hope. The battle against the Philistines will be the first battle for the soul of Israel, a trial by combat to decide who is the true king.